I know it had only been back-to-back losses, but still, how big was it to come back and be able to get a game here tonight in this series?
It was a good game all the way around. Our pitchers did a nice job again tonight. Again, under some conditions that are not necessarily easy to throw in. Odo and our bullpen did good work. We played well in the field behind them, and we had good at-bats. I mean, it was overall, it was a very solid night.
And the bullpen behind them, you mentioned, it must be nice to see those relievers come in. The pace was really moving. They didn't give up a run. And just to see a successful night from the reliever.
All the way around. Our guys, everyone that we called on to come in did nice work. Mejia coming back in particular had a nice outing, came in and got some big outs for us, and that's exactly what we need.
How beneficial was it for Mejia to not only get the lefty, but then come back and pitch a clean frame? I mean, he had some help defensively, I suppose, but how much was it beneficial for him as just get back on the horse, so to speak?
I think it's good for any pitcher, but any young pitcher in particular. It's nice to get right back out there. I think any time where it makes sense and the conditions kind of make sense for that to happen, I think it's a good idea to get him out there and get him throwing, and he did the job. He went out there and threw strikes and put us in a spot to win the game. And those middle innings are important. I mean, those are the innings where, like I've said a couple of times, but we're going to look to different guys and lean on guys at different times, and tonight was Mejia's night.
What did you like about Jake's start today?
I thought it was a very solid start. His stuff was good. Even in the first inning, he looked good. He was throwing the ball good. He gave up a few hits that maybe weren't they were good pitches, and they were base hits. They were not particularly hard hit, and it is what it is. But he didn't let that bother him in any way. He just went right back to work, and he got us into a good point in the game, giving us that opportunity to win. So I think he felt good too, just watching him in the dugout and his body language and everything. I think he was ready to go. And with all of the starts that he's had that have kind of been, some of them were kind of on us where they're just not particularly normal, typical starts. Just giving him the opportunity to throw and get us to that point, I think, was important, and he did it.
Did you say anything about what Thornton looked like out there? He looks kind of arms and legs and kind of throws a lot of visual stuff at you.
Yeah, I didn't hear a ton of commentary in the dugout, but I think he's probably a guy that he brings a little deception to the table in addition to pretty good stuff. But I'm sure that the delivery and the arm action certainly play up in his favor, and he did a good job for them. He battled on the other end through the entire game. Probably wasn't the, I don't want to speak for him. He's not our player, but he kept them in the game as well when there were points where you weren't sure if we were going to get to the bullpen or not.
Like Kevin Polanco have had some good at-bats, especially in the last 2 days from the top of the order to set things up. Is this what you had envisioned when you kind of set that up as the top of your order?
I'd say yeah. I'd say that's definitely a big part of it. Both of these guys have had tremendous at-bats from day one. It's what we were hoping to see. It's what we know they're capable of. And I think it's important to get that going, and then the rest of the lineup can follow and take advantage of their strengths. But it's nice when your first two guys go up there and have competitive at-bats, throughout the game, every game. It's nice.
You said before the game you were looking forward to Marwin getting hot. I mean, it's only 2 games, but RBIs in both. Is this the beginning of it?
Yeah, he's hitting the ball hard to the middle of the field. I think these are really good signs for him. He has good at-bats, too. He sees the ball very well. He's not up there swinging. He's seeing the ball before he makes a decision, and he's pretty good at deciphering what's a ball and what's a strike. But when you see him really driving the ball to the middle of the field, middle away, left center field, he's feeling good. I think that's a good sign for him. And hopefully we see more of it, but he's had some tremendous swings.